Hello friends, in the last lecture series we have seen definition of data structure, also need of data structure. Then we have also seen there are different types of data structure. One is called as a linear data structure, and the example of linear data structure is an array, and another is called as a non-linear data structure. Example is tree or graph. We have to discuss these types in detail as we proceed to in this particular course. We also discuss algorithm complexity. Basically, there are two categories in which algorithm complexity is defined. One is called as a time complexity and the second one is called as a space complexity. In today's environment, time complexity is much more relevant. So for every algorithm, we have to consider time complexity. So in last lecture, I have told you that in course of data structure, we have to study different algorithms for searching, algorithms for sorting, algorithms for stacks as well as queues and trees or graph. And for every algorithm, we have to create a mathematical model, and based upon that mathematical model, we have to define time complexity of that algorithm. In the last lecture, I have also told you that it is not possible to tell exact time complexity, exact timings, but we have to do approximate time complexity. We have to calculate approximate time complexities, and we have to represent it. So we will discuss these things as we proceed to in this particular course. In today, our target is we have to understand operations on data structures. In the last lecture, we have briefly discussed what is insertion, what is deletion, what is searching. So we have taken an example of shoe rack and placing of shoes on that shoe rack. Okay, related to this particular example, we have discussed what is insertion, what is deletion, what is searching. Today we formally define what are these operations. Okay, so now in computer system we consider a data. Consider that we are having an array. Now you are familiar with concept of array. In the last semester you have seen what is array. Now A is my array and this 5 represents size of the array. Okay, so A array basically I am considering integer array. So and then A array is having a size 5. So for array, index starts from 0 and it ends to 4. That is size minus 1. So if array A is having a size 5, then indices from 0 to 4, which is represented here. Okay, so I have created this particular representation in which first row represent indices of an array and the second row represent element or data which is present in an array. So in order to access particular element, we have to use indices of an array. So element or data is 45, 65, 21 and 77. Now if you want to access element 65, then you have to use indices as 1. You are familiar with these things. In last semester you have seen it. So A of 1 is nothing but 65. If A of 3 is used, then it is 77. If A of 4 is used, then element is not present, and if it is an integer array, the default value must be a 0. Garbage value must be a 0. You are familiar with all these things. So you all know what is array, and array is nothing but a sequential representation of data or collection of data. But important thing is that it is a heterogeneous collection of data. Heterogeneous means it is a homogeneous collection of data. It is a homogeneous collection of data. Homogeneous means only one type of data can be collected. So in this case, all integers are collected. We cannot collect one integer, one character, one float. It is not possible. You are familiar with all these things, terminologies. What is integer, what is float, what is character. All these are the data types present in the C programming. So we cannot combine, we cannot collect different data types. So heterogeneous grouping is not possible in case of array. Only homogeneous grouping is possible. So we have collected all integer values and these are the integer values. If you note this particular representation, focus on this particular table, if you note this particular representation, then you can very well identify that there are 5 locations or 5 indices starting from 0 to 4 are present in an array, but we are only having a 4 elements, 4 data values. So there is a term called as the size and capacity of an array. So we can tell what is size and what is the capacity. So capacity, generally capacity of an array, it is maximum element or maximum data values that can be stored in an array. That is called as a capacity. So in this case, maximum data values are 5. We can store 5 data values in an array. So capacity is 5. But size of an array, currently the size of an array is 4, because we are having only 4 data values and their indices are 0 to 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So size of this array is 4, but capacity of this array is 5. We can store 5 data values, maximum 5 data values in this array. But this particular discrimination or difference is very fine. We are not using it in day-to-day programming environment. We are using size and capacity terms alternately. But anyone ask you what is size and what is capacity, then you should know about it. Okay, so we are not differentiating size and capacity in case of day-to-day programming. We are treating size and capacity are equivalent. Okay. Now we will see operations on array. The first operation is insertion. Consider that element 81, that is a data value 81, we want to store at index 4 in array A. So index 4 is empty. We want to store element or data value 81. We have stored at this particular position, at this location, because this particular place is available for us. We have to store this particular element at index 4. So this is called as an insertion operation in an array, or insertion operation in a data structure. Why data structure? Because array is a data structure. Basically array is a linear data structure. There are 2 types of data structures we have identified in last lecture. That is linear data structure and non-linear data structure. So array is a linear data structure. So we are inserting an element in array A. So basically we are inserting an element in a data structure. So element 81 is inserted in a data structure A or array A. Okay. Similarly, second operation is traversing. What is traversing? Traversing means showing or displaying elements in particular data structure. Displaying elements which are present in a data structure. In this case, we are using array as a data structure. So currently we are having a 5 elements starting from 0th index to 4th index. So traversing in array A means displaying the elements present in array A. So elements can be displayed in a sequential manner starting from 0th index up to 4th index, 0 to 4. Okay, so that is 45, then 65, then 21, then 77, then 81. So this is called as a traversing in a data structure. If data structure is changed, accordingly we have to traverse it. Okay, so in this case we are considering array as a data structure because you are not familiar with other data structures currently. As we proceed to our lecture series, we can identify other data structures also. So in that case you can again define what is traversing, what is insertion. Okay, but basic idea is common. Same idea is there. Traversing means displaying the elements present in that data structure. In this case it is an array, so we are displaying the elements present in the array data structure. Now the next part is sorting. What is sorting? Sorting in a data structure means arranging elements present in that data structure. The arrangement in case of numbers, these are the numbers. The values are numbers. In case of numbers, arrangement can be a increasing order or it can be a decreasing order. There are 2 types of arrangement possible in case of numbers. So that is ascending order or descending order. If it is ascending order arrangement, okay, 21, 45, 65, 77, 81, then it is a ascending order sorting. Whereas it is a decreasing order arrangement and it is a descending order sorting. So sorting means arrangement of elements in a particular fashion. Arrangement of elements in a particular fashion, it is called as a sorting. And the last operation is deletion. If you want to delete an element 65, okay, if you want to delete an element 65 present in an array A, then you can delete it by using A of 1. We will use A of 1 so that we can delete that element. It is possible. In program how to delete it, we can see it later on, but theoretically we can delete it. So this particular place is empty, it is vacant. This is vacant. This is called as a deletion in data structure. In this case it is an array, hence it is a deletion in array data structure. So in this lecture we have seen different operations on data structure. In next lecture series we can identify searching technologies. Okay, thank you. Happy learning. Stay home, stay safe.